All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of David E. Taylor Full Frontal Exposure 2.0, where everybody's opinion is still a lie. And this morning, we talk about is how we're seeing the end of David E. Taylor's cult. Okay? We absolutely are. This has gotten... David's lies have compounded now over 30 years, and they've all gone downhill, you know, just within the last few. I'll be right back. And, you know, ultimately, who do we have to thank for that? Rick Fraser, really, right? We really have to thank Rick Fraser for that because he's the one who put the original deposition out online, right? He put the original deposition out, paid to have it promoted, right? Rick Fraser paid to have that deposition promoted, get all the views, right? Which is fine, because you can do that on YouTube, but it doesn't. All it does is just boosts your video to the top of the search, right? So we have Rick Fraser to thank for that. That's where this all starts, right? This deposition. That's where this all starts, is with this deposition in, 2014? 2015, right, David? That's where this all starts. We're 10 years later now, David. We are 10 years later now, almost. Okay? That's where we're at. 10 years. Prior to that, David, nobody knew shit about you, man. Nobody knew shit about you. Until the infamous David E. Taylor deposition, right? David, you're famous for all the wrong fucking reasons, dude. You think you're this great prophet and super healer fucking evangelist, but you're not, dude. You're not. Far from it. Far from it. You have never proved one miracle. You have never proved one healing, signs and wonders. You always say these clouds and all this other shit, but nobody attributes that to you, David. You just say, oh, look, the clouds were there because I was there. No, the fuck they weren't, David. No, they weren't. You're just attributing that to yourself because you're like, oh, I was there. It must have been because of me because I'm David the Apostle. No, you're not an apostle, David. You know why? Because Paul the Apostle actually warned us about assholes like you. David. Paul the Apostle warned us about people like you. Beware, for they come as wolves, and sometimes they come as wolves in sheep clothing, but oftentimes they're ravenous wolves, right? They come as sheep, right? But oftentimes they're ravenous wolves, which you absolutely are, David. Let me pull up that Bible verse real quick, right? About the false prophets, right? Read now. Read the Bible. Welcome to ESV.org. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to look up false prophets. Matthew 7:15, beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves. Matthew 24:11, and many false prophets will arise and lead many astray. Matthew 24:24, for false Christs and false prophets will arise and perform great signs and wonders, so as to lead astray, if possible, even the elect. Basically saying, hey, they're going to lead you astray. They're going to say, hey, signs and wonders, look at all these great things. And they're even going to fucking possibly try to lead the elect astray, which they've already fucking done, in my opinion. Woe to you when all people speak well of you, for so their fathers did to the false prophets. But the false prophets also arose among the people, just as there will be false teachers among you who will secretly bring in destructive heresies, even denying the master who bought them, bringing upon themselves swift destruction. John 4:1, or first book of John 4:1. Beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits, see whether they are from God, for many false prophets have gone out into the world. I like that one. John 4:1. Do not believe every spirit, which means use your fucking brain. That's what God's telling you. John 4:1, first book of John 4:1. Use your brain. Use your head. Question the people. Test these spirits. Many false prophets have been gone out into the world. David, Catherine, Saldivar, fucking Signorelli, Pagani, Vlad fucking Savchuk, all those fucking guys are all fucking fake. Daniel Adams buying his fucking subscribers. Let's see how many fucking subscribers Daniel Adams is buying today. This is about David though. We are seeing the end of a cult though with David. Okay, this is the end of a cult. It looks like Catherine went back to buying just 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers per day instead of the fucking 5,000 to 6,000 she bought earlier this month. Let's see how many Daniel's buying. Let's take a peek here. Oh, he bought 4 to 5. Now he's back down to his 1 or 2. Okay. So yeah, David, you are a false prophet, and it tells us right here. We need to test you. We're fucking testing you, and you failed. You failed the biblical test of fucking John. Okay. You failed in the first book of John 4:1. Your fruits are fucking smelly and rotten, David. Your fruits, it tells us that many of you have gone out into the world, and we need to fucking test you guys. We need to test you. You failed. You failed, David. So did you, Catherine. Catherine Crick, you failed too. All of you guys are failing. All these prophets that claim to be prophets, they're all failing this right here. I really like that one. Do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God. For many false prophets have gone out into the world. God, I love it. God, I love it. So John, first book of John 4:1 tells you, test these spirits. Test them. Whether they are from God. And if they are from God, they wouldn't be fucking shutting me down, right? If these are truly people from God, they wouldn't be copywriting me. They wouldn't be shutting my channel down, sending me death threats. And what the fuck is a nonprofit doing sending death threats anyways? What the fuck? A church sending death threats? You guys, I did report those. I reported them to my county, and I reported them to the FBI. Okay? That's where I reported them to. And I got a message from Fadi. He's like, oh, I hope you fucking report him to the FBI so they'll help me with my case. But yeah, right, dude. Your case, you're probably going to get fucking deported, Fadi. You're skating on thin fucking ice, buddy. You came in on probably like some sort of visa because you're a translator. And they're probably trying to fucking protect your ass from fucking... Yeah. Fadi, I'm not dumb, dude. Right? You were a translator. You no doubt got some sort of asylum. Now you're over here as a fucking domestic terrorist, sending death threats, making bomb threats, shit like that for a religious cult. You really upped your game, man. You really upped your game. And this proves that it's no longer a religion anymore. It's a terrorist. It's a full-on hate cult terrorist type organization. It really is. Extortion, money laundering, fraud, coercion, sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional, financial, psychological, you name it. It's all here with David E. Taylor, right? And this court case is going to fucking blow it out of the water. You know what I'm hoping happens? This is just me. I hope the judge sees this, says, you know what, we're going to kick this up to Rico. We're going to go ahead and kick this on up to Rico. I'm going to kick it up to Rico, and I'm going to recommend prosecution. That would be nice, right? I don't know if it will happen, but could it? Possibly, but I don't know. I'm not a fucking lawyer, but I would like to think with the many layers of this organization that they're going to have to fucking peel back. And again, anybody that's ever had any connection with this place and is disgruntled, let me know. Write a letter. Tell about your experience and get with me, and I'll send you an email. Okay? Do that. If you set back like, fuck, I want to see this guy go down, but there's nothing I don't think I can do anything. Write a letter. You pay your taxes. Write a letter. Write a letter, everybody. Write a letter to the court clerk. It's her job. Write a letter to the court clerk. Okay? Or if you want, I'm telling you, if there's any ex-members specifically, get with me, write a letter, and I'll send you an email to get the letter to. Okay? This is real shit right now, guys. This is really real. This is going down. This bullshit is going to stop. right? It's gonna stop. We got to drive the final nail, guys. We got to drive the final nail, and that's where everybody basically fucking floods these offices with letters about this cult, right? These are just as good as impact statements, if not better. No bullshit, guys. This is real. What's happening with David? We are witnessing the death of a cult, probably historically one of the most fucked up cults America has ever seen, right? And it's only intensified in the last, 5-6 years? David's only gotten more delusional and fucking fucked up, right? So, you guys, this really is it. All the work we've been doing, all the talk we've been having, the discussions, guess what? I've had multiple people from this, ex-members from this cult, confirm everything we've been talking about is 100% accurate. I can't give names for obvious reasons, right? But there are people that I talk to offline that I don't mention because they're like, nope, not yet. Not ready. Cool. I respect that. When the time's right, the fucking lid's gonna blow off this thing. I'm telling you. It's just time. The pressure's about to fucking pop. It really is. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And when it does, everybody's gonna be like, fuck. Holy shit. It happened. We're gonna take this guy down as a group. It's not gonna be me, it's gonna be all of us, guys. It's gonna be everybody in the group, guys, gals, ex-members, anybody who ever took the time to be here to listen, to engage in the discussion. It's gonna be all of us, guys. This was a group effort, right? We had to file the fraud, right? We had to make the IRS aware of what was going on. We had to make sure that they were informed all the time of the fraud, right? Like with filing the fraud every fucking day, to let them know that, hey, we are not letting this go. We're paying very close attention to what's going on with this place. We know he's already been revoked once, correct? Right? We know David's been revoked from the IRS. Okay? We know that. We know that. And as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and screenshot this real quick. And where's my phone? Let's see here. There we go. Done. Okay. Now, this is how easy this stuff is sometimes when it comes to sending over the information. This is what I do. Stand by. And it was revoked 5/15/2021, so it was revoked 2 years ago now. Fuck. 2 years ago it was revoked, and it didn't get posted until the end of last year. Oh, man. Oh, the IRS has their heads up their fucking ass, man. The IRS has their heads up their fucking ass. Or else we wouldn't be sitting here looking at this being like, hey, well, you guys giving this guy fucking exemption still. I wonder if Joseph signed up for the other exemption. See, what we don't have is the applications. And I don't know if we're able to find the applications for the exemption, because that's ultimately what we would need to find out who's signing for the numbers, right? So yeah, David was revoked last year, and it was barely posted, or it was posted 2 years. It was revoked 2 years ago, and it was barely posted last year. And it hasn't been reinstated. Hasn't been reinstated. Not yet. If it's been reinstated, there's usually, it tells you, it'll say the exemption reinstatement date. It's been revoked twice, you guys. The first time it was revoked was in 2010. It took just over a year for the IRS to post it, and then they had it reinstated in 7/15/2012. All right. Then they had it revoked again 5/15/2021. The IRS didn't post it until 11/1/2022, and it hasn't been reinstated yet. So David is no doubt he's taking in donations and money on this exemption still, even though it's been revoked, right? He's got JMMI all over the fucking building, so that's a pretty clear sign that he is indeed fucking taking in exemptions off of this number, or taking in money off of this number again, right? Taking in money off of this exemption. He's got JMMI all over those fucking trucks. Absolutely just dumping money. I love seeing how these like false prophets, like Daniel Adams, I'm looking at his numbers on Social Blade, and he's buying 2,000 subscribers a day. Nobody fucking... Daniel Adams is not this important. Wearing that fucking rug for a suit, too. Damn. He's got his channel listed as entertainment. I wonder if I should change my channel as entertainment. What do you guys think? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Should I change my channel to entertainment or leave it as nonprofit and activism? I think it's probably best to leave it as nonprofit and activism, since that's what we're doing. David, we're seeing the death of your cult, man. We're seeing the death of David E. Taylor's cult here, y'all. And it's just time now. It's just time. Man. He's still running the he's running the... What's he running right now? David is running... He's running the seer's vision of heaven, ancient writings. That's the second time he's ran it this week. He's just harvesting views on YouTube now. That's it. He's view harvesting. That's it. David thinks he's going to get rich off of YouTube or some shit, but he's not. The thing is, he's not even monetized. I don't know why he's running bullshit-ass videos all the time. Anyways, I was only going to run for a short bit, maybe another 15 minutes today, guys. But I just wanted to kind of drive home the fact that we are seeing the end of David. We are. October is the case. October is going to trial. That's set. There's no getting out of that now. It's going to fucking jury trial, and they got 2 weeks set aside for it. 2 fucking weeks they have set aside for that trial. I think it's going to be a show. It's going to be a fucking... David's going to go in there and expect to fucking walk out like with his fucking head held high. That's what I think. But what I also think is that I think they're fucking lying to the lawyers. Knowing what they do, they're all fucking lying to the lawyers. Why wouldn't they? Their whole get down is a fucking lie. Why not lie to the lawyers? Pay your lawyers fucking a shitload of money and then lie to them. Yeah, that's a real good way to fucking win one over, guys. Lie to your fucking lawyers that are going to a federal fucking judge. You know what kind of position you put your lawyers in when you lie to them? Joseph, David, Michelle, Ashley, Steve, Tony. You know what kind of position you put your lawyers into? They'll fucking drop you, dude. They'll fucking drop. I'm not gonna fucking represent you. You're lying to me. Why would I represent you? You're not even being truthful to me. You expect me to go in front of the judge and fucking represent you truthfully when you're fucking lying to me? Yeah, sorry. Cut. I'm surprised she hasn't fucking cut him already. I'm talking to some other people who have lawyer friends who are like, any lawyer who would take this case is fucking is crazy. Is crazy. Somebody to get tied up in this litigation with David and the motions and shit. No, wouldn't happen. Like, yeah, right. After all the bullshit that David's done, no. If I was a lawyer, I'm sure as shit wouldn't be tied up with David in any type of litigation. I'd look at his shit and be like, yeah, fuck you, you're fucking laundering money. Yeah, I don't think so. right? And David is indeed laundering money. Now he's going to have the church pay for your fucking lawyers. And you can't do that. Now he's fucking crossing double lines. Well, no. See, the credit card, I'm still thinking, I don't know what the credit card was for, right? I'm thinking either lawyer fees or to pay off the little fucking red carpet gala, right? I don't know, though. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. $40,000 is a lot of money, though. And David maxed that fucking credit. David, you maxed that credit card in less than a month, dude. You probably maxed that credit card first fucking week. And I think you probably were paying your fucking lawyers, David. 40 grand. $40,000 gone, dude, on a credit card with interest. Now you're paying off a credit card with church funds, paying your lawyers with church funds, paying all your legal shit with church funds now. That's fucking illegal, dude. That's illegal. You can't do that, David. You can't pay your legal shit with church funds. You can't do that. I would recommend anybody watching this just to fucking write a letter to the lawyers. If you know about David E. Taylor, right? If you've dealt with him, write a letter to the lawyers. You guys write a letter. Write impact statements to the lawyers. Okay? It's gonna work. It'll work. Just write the letters. Write letters to the lawyers. I will give you the email address. Write them. Text me on my Google Voice number, 314-492-3356. I will send you a screenshot of the emails, okay? And you send those letters out to the lawyers. I don't want to fucking read your letter. It's personal shit. I wrote a letter. It's not personal, but it just tells the facts of what's going on with David, right? That's it. That's it. You can either send it to the lawyers or the court reporter of the 11th District Court in Florida, okay? The court clerk. It's her job to file the paperwork and the letters. That's her job. Don't send them to the judge. Don't do that. The judge could recuse herself from the fucking case. Okay? She could do that if she wanted. Don't send the letters to the judge. Send them to the lawyers or the court clerk. Like I said, get with me if you want to write a letter. I'll give you the information for it, okay? To get them over to the proper channels, all right? Write the letters. Doesn't matter how long. Again, if you've dealt with this cult and they have impacted your life in some way, write an impact letter, guys. Do it. Do it. This is going to a federal court. This is going to a federal jury. It's not federal criminal, it's federal civil. But this very could likely turn to federal criminal because David's laundering money through multiple tax exemptions. The government, if just saying, it very well could get kicked up. All right? David's trodden on some very fucking dangerous lines with his exemptions, and he knows it. He knows it. Why do you think he's hiding, everybody? Why do you think David is hiding? Because he's got 3 exemptions. 1's revoked. He's got 2 that are active, but he knows he's fucked now. He can't hide under these other exemptions anymore. He can't. There's no way. He's blown his cover. His cover's blown at this point, and he knows that's why he's hiding. This 3-year shutaway, guys? No. David's been hiding. It is hiding. He has been in a 3-year hiding because he's fucked people over. I'm sure he's had some death threats from real people that, for real, not just some fucking death threats like these guys are sending, but actual threats on his life. Actual threats. Okay? That's why David's fucking hiding. And the Foddy guy that's been sending me the death threats, that's David's bodyguard. That's David's bodyguard for sure. That's David's little fucking wannabe enforcer, but he's not much of an enforcer, right? He talks a lot of game and shit. I was looking at his Facebook, and that guy is full of fucking bigotry and hate. I don't even know what the fuck he's doing here in our country. This is just what I think. He's here on a fucking, some sort of fucking amnesty visa or some shit like that. Amnesty visa, right? For being a translator. Some sort of protection visa. They're like, hey, dude, be a translator for us. And then you can come to America for free. We'll get you your paperwork, right? Now he's here being a fucking piece of shit with David, running a fucking money laundering and human trafficking operation. Foddy is David's truck driver, okay? And David is indeed paying him. Foddy's getting some sort of money out of this for sure. Truck drivers aren't cheap. But I don't know. Foddy might not be getting paid. Fadi might be the next one to get fucked over by David, honestly. He might be the next one to get fucked over by David. I mean, think about that. Fadi, you've put yourself in a real shitty situation with this. You could honestly be fucking deported, dude. They might fucking deport you, Fadi. Making bomb threats and now death threats, dude? And you were a translator for our government? Pretty sure they'll fucking find that real fucking cool. Be real happy to fucking get your ass out of here. So before we go ahead and close it up here, let's kind of recap on some of the crimes we're pretty sure David's been committing. We know money laundering, okay? Multiple filings through tax exemptions. He's moving money from one tax exemption to the other, right? JMMI has been revoked. He moved the money from JMMI and bought all those fucking properties under KOGGC. I'm not dumb. I'm not fucking dumb. That's the only way that could have happened, because David's only been talking about Kingdom of God Global Church not that long. There's no way he can bring in that much fucking money in that short amount of time for Kingdom of God Global Church when he hasn't been doing fucking services. He's laundering the money through his exemptions, right? Wire fraud. No doubt there's fucking credit card fraud, bank fraud. David, your level of fraud, that's what I'm so surprised about, is why hasn't been picked up by like the RICO courts yet? That's what I'm curious about. It really does strike me that this hasn't been like, that RICO hasn't been like, oh shit, man, we got a fucking problem here. Right? But no, they don't. No. But yet they'll come after me real fucking quick for missing out on a few bucks. Right? They'll fuck me over for missing out on a few $100. And only in America does this happen. Only in America does this happen. Other people from around the world that I've talked to in the UK, Australia, fucking Europe, they're like, dude, why is this allowed? Well, it's America. You can do whatever you want, especially when it's Jesus and God and fucking religion. Nah, you can fuck over everybody you want. We don't care. Go ahead and do it. Our government is so fucking tied in with the church that they won't prosecute churches. They won't. The Mormon church, the government will not prosecute the Mormon church for tax fraud, even though they're committing it, right? Because there's too much fucking money involved. Like that dude said on that 60 Minutes interview, it's too dangerous of a political repercussion for the government to prosecute big churches like the Mormon church, even though they know they're fucking laundering money and committing fraud. Funny, right? I think it's great, man. We're supposed to be the greatest country in the world, and our government can't even fucking back us up. Our government can't even fucking back us up. They know there's fucking huge fucking money crimes going on within these churches, and we know there's fucking human trafficking going on within the FLDS. We saw Samuel Bateman get busted a few months ago, right? Well, that happened a couple years ago. We just barely saw the video. Fucking actually having kids in a fucking trailer. They're like, oh, there's nothing wrong here. Let's go ahead and let them run your fucking cult church and fucking keep trafficking little girls. FLDS still up and running. Mormon church still up and running, even though they're fucking $150 billion fucking church, right? And here's the thing about the Mormon church, right? The Mormon church, apparently there's some gold tablet some guy found in a desert that only he can fucking read. That's a fucking cult, okay? Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Some fucking gold tablets that some dude found that only he can fucking read. Mormon church is fucking full of shit, right? They might be fucking hoity-toity and all fucking kosher and cool on the outside, but inside, it's a fucking cult. They get fucking shunned. If you're not Mormon, no, you can't come play in our sandbox because you're not part of our group. Nope. You can't go to a wedding if you're not Mormon, all this shit. It's a really controlled environment. Why the fuck would I want to go to a place like that? Fuck that. Mormon church is just as fucking guilty as David. They're all fucking each other. David's fucking the Mormon church is fucking David. David and the Mormon church are fucking the government. Everybody's fucking each other. Right? Ultimately, though, David, you're going to get fucked in the end. Right? David, this isn't over, honestly, until I say it's over. Not till I say it's over, David. The courts, that's just the least of your worries right now. right? It's not over until I say it's over. I'm talking to you, David. I'm not talking to subscribers. I'm talking to you, David. This isn't over until I say it's over. And I think the court is just part of it, guys. Right? David going to court is just part of it, but David, it's really not. It's not going to be over until I say it is. I'm waiting for confirmation from my other sources that tell me it's done, like that it's over, right? That he's been caught, that he isn't going anywhere, that he is in jail. That's my goal, David. You in jail. It ain't over until you're in fucking jail, all right? That has always been, always will be my goal. When David's in jail, I'll move on to the next. That's it. David's got to be in jail, though, right? He's got to be in jail. He's got to be held in contempt or some shit like that, or have a warrant out or some shit. Until then, David, this is going to continue. Like I said, you have to be in jail. Then it will be over. For me, anyways. It will be over for me when you are in jail, David. Because you have committed some of the fucking highest fraud and the most shittiest shit. You deserve to fucking be in jail. The fraud alone, we know you're committing fraud, David. We know that. Or else you wouldn't be fucking hiding all your fucking money in real estate, right? Because you're a fucking liar. You take all your money from JMMI, put it in KOGGC, buy the real estate, launder the money, clean it. Done. You can't touch the fucking properties because they're all in LLCs and incorporateds. No, you're fucking wrong, dude. When you're laundering the money, David, all that shit gets swept off the fucking table, dude. All right? When you're committing crimes, you can't hide the shit in fucking incorporations and LLCs and be like, oh, you can't touch it. No, fuck that. Bullshit. They absolutely can touch it. They can be like, okay, we need all the fucking documents pertaining to these records right here. We need everything. We want the bank statements for the houses, everything. Right? That's what needs to happen. They need to request all fucking financials for the last 10 years of this place. 10 years is what they need to go back on this place. And the thing is probably why they don't want to do it is because it will open up a whole fucking can, right? Then it will have to make everybody accountable, which is absolutely needs to fucking happen. David is proof that the system is out of control with the exemptions, with giving these churches tax exemptions. It really does. It proves that these cults and these churches have found a way to basically fucking snow the IRS, right? Snow job them into fucking giving them more exemptions, right? They're like, oh, it's not going to be the same person giving me the exemption. Nobody's up there is going to check if we have one already. Nobody's auditing this shit. That's exactly what they're thinking. But no, David, we're auditing you, actually. Not the IRS. We're auditing you. The fraud reports, that's us. We're auditing you, David. We're triggering an audit with the IRS. That's what we have been doing, right? And since I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and send my fraud report because I've already filled it out for the day, right? I fill them out every fucking day. Hang on, let me see which one I got here. I got one dated. Okay, that one was yesterday. Okay. Okay. So it's eoclass@irs.gov. Then I put David E. Taylor. And what we're doing with this is going to trigger an audit with the IRS. Michelle's probably shitting bricks because she knows we're filing fraud against her and nobody's ever done this before. I always put something in the title too. So I always put money laundering, sex cult. Put that in parentheses. David E. Taylor, Michelle Brandon, JMMI KOGC, Marvels in America, World Healing. And I tell the IRS here again is another 13909 with information regarding a cult that is using multiple exemptions to launder money through real estate. Then I'll put, please use this information to effectively Do your job. It is all accurate. And correct. Okay, good. Multiple exemptions, launder money through real estate. Please use this information to effectively do your job. It is all accurate. Thank you. Send. Done. Gone to the IRS. eoclass@irs.gov. If anybody wants to mail them, they are on my channel. All you got to do is go to my community page on the About tab. Look, it says where it says completed fraud report 13909. Click on the link. It's a Google link. Request the access, and I'll open it up so you can edit it if you want. And just you can edit, put information. Like if you're an ex-member and you want to start sending these in against the cult, do it. Do it. David can't hurt you. Nothing David could do about this. Not a bit. Not one thing David could do about this to stop everything. So, with that being said, we are indeed seeing the end of a cult. David is indeed shitting his pants. The whole cult is shitting their pants right now, I guarantee it. With all the legalities coming their way, you guys, this really is the end of David E. Taylor. So anybody out there, just stand by. Be patient. Be patient. We're almost there. So I knew it would take around a few years to do this. I knew it wasn't going to take a couple weeks, a couple months, guys. I was planning on this taking years. I was. When I sat down to do this, I put it as a long-term project. It was a project to really dig into this guy. All of us together, to all of us dig into it. It's the only way it could be done, all of us together. Now we've come up with this polished fraud report with all the names and members and addresses and fucking tax exemptions, what they're doing, where they're at, the hotel in Houston, I mean, it's really, David asked, this is where I'm going to close it. David asked when we were going to give him a warrior worthy of his fight. David, we're right here. We're giving you a warrior, and it's the IRS.